Hi everyone, I just wanted to do a quick haul. I just received a package from Valhalla Soap Company. This company is an independent company. It's just an internet and catalog company. Their website is valhallasoap.com, and it's run by a husband and wife team, Donna and Matthew, and they are great people. They give you a lot of good samples. Their scents are amazing. So let me just give you a quick little overview of what their packaging looks like. They send their packaging through the USPS, and it usually comes with all these little paper shreds and peanuts wrapped in, very nice. So you can reuse that if you need to do a package or just store them in if you want. They also gave me, for free samples, I'll go through the free samples first. They gave me some candy, Mike and Ike Skittles, some Twizzlers, and some Nerds, so that was very cute. Thank you very much. And they gave me some samples. They gave me 4 samples, 3 of their bar soap samples, and 1 of their wax melts. This soap is 7 Sins from Sunday, and I've had this scent before in a triple whipped body butter that they have. And the scent, actually, hold on one second, I'm filming with one phone and I have my other phone here. This phone I'm filming with I just use for camera purposes because there's more battery life and storage on it than my iPhone. But let me look up the scent description for 7 Sins from Sunday. Now, I didn't smell this particular bar of soap because I have something in it, but the thing that I had in it, the triple whip body butter, it was very sweet smell, and it was very light smell, and it was kind of hard to describe. When I first smelled it, it had kind of like a bakery note to it, but also like an herbal note, so it's hard for me to describe. I think some of the scents smell different in different forms, like the wax may smell different than the soap, and a scrub may smell different than like a whipped soap or something. But let me look up the scent description for this one. Let's see. Oh, I didn't want to click that. Here we go. Okay. So 7 Sins from Sunday, the scent description is a sinfully sexy blend of jasmine and lavender tangled around exotic amber, vanilla, and sandalwood with a whisper of earthy patchouli, finishing with sweet lingering notes of dark cocoa bean. One whiff and you feel so wicked you'll need to go to church. On the flip side, this can also be a very relaxing blend for some, and some find using it before bed as a calming effect, helping them to fall asleep with ease. Try it in a bit of lotion or some perfume on your pulse points before bed for a blissful night's sleep. Now that's all from the website, but I do remember it's probably what I'm smelling is probably maybe like the vanilla and amber and cocoa bean, and then I have a little bit of, maybe I can smell a little bit of the jasmine and lavender, and that's what's giving me more of an herbal floral note. But it's a very nice scent, and her soaps are very creamy. Alright, so the next soap, I'll do the one I opened. This one is Pendragon's Passion, and that's the soap sample. I used this already, and the scent description for Pendragon's Passion is, here it is, a deep, sultry, and fiery notes of dragon's blood slither around warm amber and sweet blood orange while resting on an earthen floor of dark patchouli. Many customers report aphrodisiac results from this unique in-house blend. Now, when I smell this, I definitely smell the dragon's blood, but I smell, it's like a chocolate orange with a bit of dragon's blood. That's what I smell with this, and it smells really good. So that was nice of them to give me that. And then this one is Homecoming, And let me smell this again, because when I smelled it last night, it was very like kind of a fresh sea scent. Yeah, it's kind of just a fresh scent. And the scent description for Homecoming is: after a long, arduous journey, you arrive home. Your queen awaits you on the dock, baskets of fresh breads, fruit, and a cask of spiced mead. You run to her, burying your face in her hair, and she smells of the sea, the woods, and the sun. The journey home is always the best journey of all. So I think, yeah, that's what I definitely smell, is kind of like the sea with that. So that's a nice one. And the last free sample I got was Hedge Witch, which I also got in a bubbling bath melt. And this smells so good. Out of everything that I tried, this scent was my favorite. I love them all, but this was my favorite. And this one I've been wanting to try for a very long time. The scent description for Hedge Witch. Now, this is a patchouli blend, which a lot of her blends add patchouli. But this is such a good, it's such a nice, it's not like straight patchouli, it's a sweet patchouli. It's so nice. Let me see where the description is. The scent of crushed patchouli leaves with a hint of neroli, sandalwood, and woods entangled in agave nectar and orange blossoms. This is a sweet patchouli fragrance that pleases even those that don't care for patchouli. Now, definitely the patchouli is toned down by the agave nectar, I think, and the orange blossoms and neroli, and then the sandalwood and patchouli are kind of in there too, but they all blend so beautifully, and it's such a wonderful smell. When I got this, I couldn't stop sniffing it. It's just, oh, it's such a good smell. Such a good scent. A lot of people are using it now a lot as like a spring scent, but to be honest, like, it is a spring scent, I find, but this is a general catalog scent, so it is on in throughout the year, and I would use that throughout the year, because even though there's a greenness to it, I think with the sandalwood and woods, it also can be used in like the fall and winter. It's just a great scent. I really love it. Okay. And I also got some whipped soap. This one is in Oak, Ash, and Thorn. This is whipped cream soap. And I also got this in the scent. So basically everything that I've shown you is a general catalog scent. Now, this is Victoria & Albert, and I just left it in the packaging so you could see how the packaging is when it arrives. It's all wrapped up in this, so all like the jars look like this. And this is another whipped cream soap. When I smelled this, I smelled, it was kind of like a floral coconut is what I smelled. I haven't actually used this, but I will. I did use this one last night to wash my hair with. Now, this is a whipped cream soap, so you can use it for shaving, you can use it on a body poof, you can just slather it all over you. You can use that as a shampoo. I find that, you know, you can definitely use this with a body poof, but I prefer to use this mostly for shaving and for shampoo. And this scent is Oak, Ash, and Thorn, and the description for that is: delight your senses with a mystical blend of barrel-aged bourbon vanilla embodied by ancient cedarwood resin and dark Indonesian patchouli, softened by rich warm amber and a touch of exotic sandalwood. Now, you definitely smell that bourbon vanilla note, but also you get that amber and sandalwood in there, and this is such a great scent. This is also a general catalog scent. I've had this before in a soap sample, which I loved. This is my second time ordering from Valhalla soap, and their soaps are great, and I love this scent so much. I used this to wash my hair last night, and I used too much to wash my hair, so a little definitely goes a long way. I find I always use too much with whip soap, because I always think, like, I have like shoulder length hair, and it's fine, but I have a lot of hair, and I always feel like I don't have enough product. and I overdo it all the time. So, but you don't need a lot. But this smells really good, and it worked very well. And so the other one was Victoria and Albert, and I'll read you the scent description for Victoria and Albert. That is a limited edition. Actually, I'll do that one last because I have to go to a different screen for that one. So, let's see what else. I guess I'll go to my wax melts. Now, I thought a good way to try a lot of the different scents was to buy the bubbling bath melts as well as the wax tarts, because the individual wax tarts, like you can get these waxes in a typical clamshell, or you can get them in 1 ounce tarts. And I found that the 1 ounce tarts were a good way to try scents, so you're not committing to a whole clamshell if it's not quite your cup of tea. So this one is called Hedonistic, and when I smelled it, it smelled straight up like orange peel to me, like that zestiness of orange. Now, I haven't burned this yet, and I've never tried the scent before, so I don't know how it will come out when it's burned or when it's melted, but the description they have on their website is, hedonistic is exotic, haunting, and a very complex fragrance with a mysterious sophistication about it. The very appealing hints of warm amber, moody incense, and light notes of smooth, sweet patchouli give the oil its natural dark color. Those who are drawn to the more sensual scents, such as amber, myrrh, and sandalwood, will love this very powerful and intense blend that captures the deep animalistic desires within. So orange or citrus is not part of that mix, but it might have just been a combination of things, like maybe it was like the patchouli and the incense or something, and it just kind of came up as a citrus scent. I don't know, but it still smelled good. I mean, and I think that once I melt it, it will have all the different notes, and I'll be able to smell those a little bit more individually. This one I melted last night, and I just got a new little tart burner, like with the tea light. It's just like, I got it from the Dollar Tree, a little one, and I accidentally put the whole thing of this in, and then I realized that it started to melt, that it was going to overflow, so I had to take the rest of it out, which is fine with me. But if you can see that, maybe it's upside down. Well, it kind of got warped, but it was an anchor. It looked like an anchor. And this smells like cedar to me, and it smells so good. It's called Norsemen. This is also their general catalog, and so was Hedonistic. And this scent never really appealed to me because it seemed more of like a woodsy, manly scent. And some things like that I might not want to wear on like my body, like a body spray or a lotion, but it's something that I would like for a wax tart or even a bubbling bath melt. And I did get this in the bubbling bath melt as well, but this basically smelled like strongly of cedar, but you could smell maybe like the fir and balsam behind that. Excuse me. I'm talking too fast. Okay. So the scent description for Norsemen is a rugged, all-natural, and adventurous blend of balsam fir, juniper, cedar, clove, and blood orange. Our #1 bestseller 5 years running. Now, I get the cedar mostly out of this. I do smell a little bit of orange and clove. Like, I do smell all those other scents, but I believe in mine, I just get the cedar as the front runner, and I love cedar. When I was a kid in middle school, and we had shop class, and we had to make, like, I think we had to make clocks or something out of wood. We didn't use cedar wood, we used something else, but our shop teacher had cedar, and I would always steal pieces of it because I just loved them, and I would sand them down and smell them. And if I ever got like jewelry boxes or something, I'd get the ones that had the cedar in them because I just love the scent of cedar. So I really, really enjoyed this one a lot. And this one is called Rune Caster, and this smelled so good. It definitely is a sweeter scent. So if you're somebody that likes kind of the sweet candy-like scents, you'll like Rune Caster. It definitely got like the cotton candy sweetness and a little bit of musk, but maybe not as musky as if you had like the Sex and Candy, which is kind of like a pink sugar type scent. But this smells really good. And that's what's on Cold Sniff. That's Rune Caster. Rune Caster and Norsemen also are in the general catalog. I don't know why I'll say that. Everything I got is general catalog except for the Victorian Albert. And let's see, the scent description for Rune Caster is, and she has in parentheses, a collaborative blend formulated by Valhalla Soap Company and Bitten by Books. And the description is sweet notes of cotton candy and caramel drizzled over heady florals of rose, jasmine, sweet heliotrope, and geranium with resinous juniper and amber on a heavy base of vanilla, sandalwood, and patchouli. This is a wonderful scent too. So this is something too that I could use in both ways. I could use it as something I'd wear on my body, like a lotion or a spray, but also could burn it. But it might be something I'd prefer more on my body. I guess I'm more into, I don't know, more of like fresh, peaceful, mood balancing scents in my house, but on my body, not so much, unless I'm going to bed. I don't know. But, I mean, you can use any of these products however well you want them, but this definitely is a sweet smell, and I do like that one a lot. Now, I also bought some of their bubbling bath melts, and I'm not going to open these because I have one that's open. I mean, this one's already opened just to look at it, but now when you get these, you get 2 like 1 ounce cups of them, so you can use them for 2 baths. And this one is in Pendragon's Passion, which I already discussed earlier. But because of the cocoa butter the cocoa butter ingredient in this, you get a strong chocolate note, I think, in all of these, which is fine with me. And cocoa butter is just so moisturizing anyway. So all of these are pretty much, it has a lot of ingredients that are moisturizing. And also just soothing for the skin, like the colloidal oatmeal as well. So this one I really liked a lot, and that was the one that when I smelled it, it was like the orange chocolate with the dragon's blood. Now, this one I used last night is the Hedge Witch one, which I already went over. I used most of this one. These aren't like a crumbling type of bath melt. You kind of rub them and they disintegrate as you're rubbing them over the hot water. But this smells so good because this is Hedge Witch and like chocolate. That's what it smells like to me. It's so good. And it comes in like these bags, and you can kind of see what it looks like through there. And some of them had this happiness sticker and some of them didn't. But as you can kind of see, they have like these little white cups and they're in there. So, and you just kind of peeled it away to get it out. So I would have used this whole thing, but it's weird. There's something wrong with my water, and maybe it's my water heater. I don't know. But if I'm running a bath, the hot water doesn't last that long, but if I'm in the shower, it pretty much does. So, it started to get cold, so I stopped rubbing that. So, under the water, because then it wasn't going to really disintegrate under cold water. So anyways, so the next time I'll probably use both of these, or not, who knows. I might use this with like the little bit of my Karma bubble bar that I have from Lush because of the patchouli note in it. I think that might be good. That'd be a little bit more bubbles, but this will be more skin softening. So that one I really liked as well. And this one I got, it's Altar Smoke, and these are bubbling bath melts. Now when I smelled this, it was basically straight up chocolate is what I smelled. Like that's all I smelled was the cocoa butter in this. But the scent description, because I've never had anything in Altar Smoke before, so the scent description for Altar Smoke is very sexy and oh so irresistible. Ancient amber and precious myrrh entangled with hints of relaxing spikenard and spicy clove leaf. Rise from a base of sweet vanilla, earthy patchouli, exotic sandalwood, and sultry musk. So that should smell good once it starts to melt under the the warm water. And that also sounds like something that would smell really good in any kind of body product or even wax melt. Like pretty much anything I think you can get in that scent and you'd be happy with. This is Norsemen again. So that's the scent that has a strong cedar note that I like, and this is the bubbling bath melt. Okay, just gonna move some of this stuff over. Just gonna switch hands. Alright, so I got a lip balm. She's no longer gonna be making these lip balms, and this is the first time I ever had her lip balms. This one is an All Day Drunk, which I believe is a cola scent and taste, and it does taste like that. You definitely get like that caramelization of like the cola taste, but these are so moisturizing. Like literally they just melt right on contact. They're not like those kinds that are very like hard and waxy and you kind of have to rub them in, and then it's like they just kind of sit on your lips like kind of thick slabs of wax. This is definitely not that. It melts and it's very moisturizing. I really enjoyed that. I got this. This is Raider's Rescue Remedy, and this is a soothing balm for the battle-weary warrior. It has a lot of wonderful oils in there. It has olive oil, arnica extract, St. John's wort, willow bark extract. Now, if you have a sensitivity to aspirin, I don't recommend this because of the willow bark extract. It may not affect you, depending on what your sensitivity is to it. For example, my mother is allergic to aspirin, so I wouldn't try this with her. But if you don't have a sensitivity to that, I'd say I'd recommend it. It may have no issue with you if you have a sensitivity to it, but I would just, err on the side of caution. I'm a nurse, so I don't want to recommend it if it may harm you in any way. But everything is very natural, and it smells good. Like, I was thinking it was going to smell like, they were describing it as if you were someone that would use, like, capsaicin or icy hot, which have a strong, like, menthol scent or eucalyptus scent. And this smells like ginger to me. And it's funny because the ginger is further down, the ginger root oil is further down on the ingredient list, but that's what I smell with this, like a spicy ginger. So I think that would be good. I'm going to use this for times after work where my feet and legs are dead after a shift on my feet at work. This, actually, let me just describe the fuzz juice. Actually, let me go back to Victoria and Albert just to give you the scent description of that. Because I didn't go over that. Okay, so Victoria and Albert it was love at first sight for these cousins. Queen Victoria and Prince Albert were nearly inseparable during their 17 years together. After Albert's untimely death at only age 42, Queen Victoria went into mourning wearing black from head to toe for the remainder of her life. During those remaining 4 decades, she employed a personal medium to hold regular seances so that she could speak to and remain close to the departed Albert, the one and only love of her life. Now, the scent is described as delicate and green, pure, unadulterated English violet, creamy coconut milk spiked with fresh coriander and infused with warm tonka bean, musk and sandalwood. No suntan lotion, no buttery bakery notes to muck things up. This is one of the most beautiful blends we've ever done. We are totally smitten with it and think you will be too. And again, when I smelled this, I smelled definitely like a floral coconut is what I smelled on that. And that was just on cold sniff. I think once I start to use it, more of the scents will come out. But that was Victoria and Albert. Let me just go back I just kind of want to describe some of these products as well.